What's up, Fragrance family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm going to be bringing you 5 bad to the bone fragrances. That's right. These fragrances, they mean business. They take charge. They're going to fill a room. They're going to project. They're going to last a super long time on your skin. At least they do for my skin, and that's why I think that they are bad to the bone and worthy to be on this video. So I hope you guys like that intro. Just that'd be kind of, different, goofy a little bit, maybe play a little guitar for you guys, with the bad to the bone theme in there. But hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead, hit the red subscribe button. Really would appreciate that. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and if you don't, give it a thumbs down. I just want honest feedback. I'm gonna give honest thoughts and opinions, so I expect the same in return. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. I do have 5 fragrances here, but they are in no particular order. These are just 5 fragrances that I picked out because of what they do for me, and I think that they are bad to the bone. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Starting off the list, like I said, no particular order, but this one, man, I get like 12 to 13 hours, if not more, longevity on this. The projection is amazing. I get 2 to 3 hours easily projection off this stuff. It fills a room. You got to be careful with how many sprays you do when you're wearing Amouage Jubilation. Man, this stuff is just man, this is a quintessential fall and winter must-have. Like, this stuff, it is absolutely gorgeous, it is elegant, it is sophisticated, but most of all, it's bad to the bone. Guys, it's pretty much going to come off the top with blackberry, honey, and incense. That's the main 3 notes that I get off of this. There's obviously a lot more. It's an Amouage. They utilize everything. I think they kind of center their fragrances around frankincense or myrrh, not 100%, and then they, kind of expand from there. But this stuff, it is just, man, it's so flippin' amazing, so unique. There's nothing else that really kind of smells like this. This is kind of in a league of its own, at least in my opinion. It's because it's got that blackberry, honey, and incense. Like I said, nothing else really smells really similar to this. So I mean, this stuff, it is absolutely gorgeous. You guys can't go wrong with this Amouage Jubilation 25. Now, next on the list, this one, it kind of does lean more towards like the fall, winter, early spring, but depending on where you live and depending what you do for a living, if you're in a AC controlled environment, I think you can rock this all year round, because this, to me, it's a quintessential date night fragrance. It's an awesome office fragrance. Man, this stuff is Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP. Now, I know someone in the comment section, you're like, what do you mean this stuff? It gets trash performance. It doesn't project off my skin. I don't get any kind of longevity. But guys, for me, I literally get 8 to 10 hours off of this stuff. I don't know if I have magic skin or what it is, but I find if I do 6 sprays, now it sounds like a lot, but if I do 6 sprays, I easily get 8 to 10 hours off of this stuff, and I can smell it all throughout the day. My wife absolutely loves this stuff. I call this my James Bond fragrance for a reason, guys. This stuff is bad to the bone. It's got sweet, warm honey, tobacco. I think there's some basil in here. It's just a very unique type of fragrance. To my knowledge, I don't know of really anything that kind of smelled like this until this came out. And then after this, other fragrance companies and other fragrances started coming out that smelled in the roundabout realm of this stuff. So this kind of put those warm, sweet honey tobacco fragrances on the map, at least in my opinion it did. But man, Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP, like I said, it is the quintessential date night fragrance. Great for the office, really great for fall, winter, and then even into early spring. This stuff, it's gonna do you right. You're gonna feel amazing when you wear Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP. Now, you can't get the EDT, but that one I do actually have problems with on performance and projection. That's why the EDP, it's a little bit darker, a little bit more richer, a little bit thicker, and man, I just get great performance off of it. So moving on into the list, guys. Now, I've been watching fragrance videos for probably 3.5, 4 years, maybe a tad longer, but somewhere in that ballpark. And I gotta say, I mean, you all know me. For those of you who don't, I love barbershop fragrances. I love the fougere, gentleman, old school, whatever you want to call it, type of fragrances. And yes, there have been fragrances that came out and, they get a little bit of hype, but nothing quite like this. And in my opinion, this kind of put those type of fragrances back on the market for the younger generation, because this is a barbershop fougere gentleman type fragrance, if you will, but it does have a modern twist to it. And in my opinion, I think it put it back on the radar, put it back on the map for people. This is Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme, and man, this stuff, my God, this stuff is so flippin' amazing. It's got this creamy lavender, but it's also got the utilization of pear in here, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. You do get that kind of old school vibe from it, but that's what's amazing about this, is it smells like a man's cologne. Like, you know, there's not really any kind of mistake in this stuff. Like, this isn't really for, you know, like, you know, middle schoolers, high schoolers, stuff like that. You know, I would say this is more in the age bracket of like, maybe like, you know, 20 and above, but I mean, you can kind of wear what you want, I guess, but this does definitely have more of an old school vibe to it, but it does have a modern twist to it. That way it will appeal to a younger generation. And man, George definitely knew what he was doing with this stuff, man. It's got frankincense, myrrh, lavender, pear, I mean, kind of a little bit of everything. This stuff is absolutely amazing. It is bad to the bone for sure. Great date night fragrance, great office fragrance. You feel like the man, you feel like a CEO when you're wearing Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. All right, guys, down to the last two, and like I said, no particular order, but again, this is bad to the bone because, man, this fills a room, this projects, this lasts forever. But the great thing about this is nothing, kind of like Dolce & Gabbana, I don't really know of anything that smelled like this until this came out. After that, there's been some fragrances that have kind of, you know, in the ballpark realm, you know, have smelled kind of like this. But man, Baccarat Rouge 540 has definitely been a very unique type of fragrance. Now, I don't know of anything that really quite smelled like this before this came out. Now, since then, you know, we have things like Parfum Saint Marley Cologne. Some people say that smells similar to it, or you have Ariana Grande Cloud. I mean, a couple other fragrances that are in that same kind of roundabout realm, but this utilizes saffron. And so to me, it kind of, anything that utilizes saffron or jasmine, it's gonna kind of get that you know, similarity or that vibe to it. But man, this stuff, it is so flippin' amazing. You gotta be careful with how many times you spray this, because this stuff will fill a room, it'll project, and it'll push off your skin very well. At least it does off of mine. I get like 14 hours off this stuff, guys. I kid you not. I gotta be super careful how many times I spray this. I mean, you can see I don't need that much. I've had this for a little bit. I haven't had to spray it that much, so this stuff, it projects and it keeps on pushing. This is a workhorse. This is super unique. Like I said, it utilizes saffron and jasmine. It's got this kind of like burnt sugar, cotton candy type of vibe to it. It's a little fresh, kind of powdery a little bit, very unisex, not manly, not masculine in that type of sense. Not like a, you know, a Zaharoff or anything like that, but men can definitely pull this off as well, but definitely unisex. So if you guys are interested in this, man, get you guys a sample of it. I wouldn't really recommend blind buying this. I don't ever really recommend blind buying, but especially with this one, if you're not like a sweet fragrance type of person, I don't know if this would be up your alley, but you can definitely try it and see what you think of it. Baccarat Rouge 540. Now, last but certainly not least, guys, this one has changed the fragrance game as a whole, like completely. It's changed niche, it's changed designer, it's changed indie. Literally everyone and their brother has tried to do something that has tried to smell like Creed Aventus. This stuff you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing. Everyone talks about Creed Aventus. To those who are new in the fragrance game, you're gonna hear, oh my gosh, you're gonna hear so much about Creed Aventus, how it's the king, and how, you know, you need to get your nose on it. And I definitely recommend you guys getting your nose on this stuff. This is an amazing fragrance, guys. This is sweet, juicy, just amazing pineapple with some smoky birch, some smoky black currant. Like, this stuff is absolutely amazing. So you get the fruit and everything up top, and then as it dries down, you get like the smoky vanilla, a little bit of rose in there, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, what do I mean by it's taking the fragrance game by storm? Guys, there's been niche houses, there's been designers especially that have tried to capitalize off of this scent DNA. You've got like Mont Blanc Explorer, you've got Club de Nuit Intense Man by Armaf, you've got Black Walnut Legend by Banana Republic. I mean, and that's just literally 3. There's so many I can't even count. Like, there's literally just tons and tons of copies, inspirations. There are just so many different fragrances that are trying to capitalize on this scent DNA, and for a good reason. This stuff is absolutely amazing. It has been reformulated, and it doesn't project like it used to. It doesn't, perform well. Actually, I don't know, because I will say this: on my 2019 batches, I have zero problems. This is a 2017 batch, but my 2019 batches, super fruity, super pineapple in the opening, and as they dry down, they do get a little bit smoky, but they kind of remain fruity throughout the whole life of them, and they project and last a good long time. I mean, I'm talking like 12 hours. The only reason why I know that is because when I was working in the retail store, I would spray it on like, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning, come home that night, be like 7, somewhere in there, and make dinner, get down, eating dinner, go home, go in the room, kind of lay down with my wife, watch TV and stuff, and she could still smell me up until like 9 o'clock, 9:30 that night. So we're talking 12 hours plus. Wake up in the morning, shower it off, and man, this stuff, it's still there. So Creed Aventus definitely is bad to the bone. It is just revolutionized the industry, as a whole. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, taking time out of your day to spend with me. Really do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel by now, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending if you didn't like it. I just want honest feedback, like I said. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. And as I always say, remember, if you love it, wear it.